What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're creating a sketch illustration of a Tusken Raider from the book of Boba Fett. Now for today's lesson we'll be sketching on top of plain white sketch paper and using a black 4B pencil. Let's start by sketching two circles for the eyes. Let's start over on the left side, starting from the very top. Just going to lightly work our way around towards the bottom of our circle. And bring that back up towards the top. Now let's do the same thing on the right side. So we're going to line this up. And we want to bring that down towards the same height that we have on the left. And go all the way around the outside. Now from here we can see the top edge of the eyes. So let's start on the left side. Start with a short line going up. And then from the top we're just going to round this out. Just following the same curve, that circle, going all the way around. Pull this in towards the inside. And then tuck that out. Do the same thing on the right, going all the way around towards the top, and we'll bring that down. Let's add a curve along the top of the eyes, starting on the left, and come down, and then bend that up. Let's go in between the eyes and draw a straight line going across. And I'll trace the eyes along the inside, starting on the left. We just want to leave an even space gap all the way around. And we'll do the same thing on the right. Now from here we're going to add some guidelines. From the inside edge of that inner circle, sketch a straight line coming down, right about there. Do the same thing on the right. Let's add a curve in between the eyes. Starting back over on the left, I'm going to curve this up, and then bend that down. From the outside of that curve, we're going to bend this down and then out towards the side. And we'll angle this down and in towards that inside line. Let's round out the bottom, starting back over on the left, come down, and then up. Now let's go back and draw the inside of the mask. Starting over on the left side from this line, curve this up, just follow that same curve we have on top, and then bring that back down. And then from the side, we're going to follow this curve, coming down and out towards the bottom. Round out the bottom, and then pull that back in. Now I'm going to add another set of guidelines. Let's go to the outside of the eye, sketch a line coming all the way down towards the bottom, and we'll extend that up towards the top. Let's go back to the bottom corners of the mask, angle this up and out towards that line. Let's add another strap along the outside. Starting underneath the eye, we're going to follow that same curve, coming down, and then bending that out. And now we're going to draw two circles underneath the eyes. Let's start on the left side in this open area. Sketch a circle going all the way around. Line this up on the right and do the same thing. Let's go to the outside of that circle, sketch a line coming down and out. And at the end, we're going to sketch another circle. Let's close off the inside, connecting the top and bottom circle with a straight line. Now we're going to go back to the outside of the eye. We're just going to curve the mask coming down, across that circle, and then in towards the center of the mask. Now at this stage, we want to add some detail to that center area. Let's start over on the left side. We're going to curve this down, and then bend that back up. Let's go to the center, sketch a straight line coming down, move over towards right, add another line. Now from the center, we're going to go over toward the left, draw two more lines. Now you want to add those folds inside the mask. Starting over on the left side, curve this down and then out. Do the same thing on the right. And then in between, you're going to add a curve, going up and then down. Now that we've blocked in the center of the mask, let's work our way out. We're going to start by adding a guideline underneath the eyes, going all the way out towards the left, and then the right side. From the left side of the head, we're going to step all the way out, draw an angled line going up and in towards the top. Take that same distance over on the right and do the same thing, going up towards the same height. Let's connect the top of these lines with a curve and go up towards the top of the head, round this out, and then bring that back down. Now I'm going to add some folds along the bottom. Let's start over on the left side. Start by curving this down and then bending that out towards the side, and then do the same thing on the right. Then going back over towards the left side, add another curve, coming down the middle and then up. Now you want to extend these lines coming down underneath the edge of the mask. So bring this down to right about there. Connect the ends with a straight line. Let's go back up to the side of the head. We're just going to close this off, curving down and then out. Now we're going to go back and add some detail to this area. From the ends, we're going to step in, draw two straight lines coming down, just across that center line. And then from the top, just going to round this out, going up and then down. And then from the bottom, we'll curve in the opposite direction. Now I'm going to go back and add some folds across the top of the head. Starting over on the left side of the eye, curve this up, and then bend that out towards the right. Let's go to the center of that curve, go out, and then down towards the line on the right. And then from the outside of the right eye, curve this up, and then across. Now let's locate those spikes along the top of the head. Starting over on the right, start by sketching in a circle. Let's line this up on the right side and do the same thing. And then from those circles, we're going to go all the way up towards the top of the head, sketch a line going out, flatten off the ends, coming down, and we'll pull that back in towards the top of the head. Now that we have the basic shape of the head, let's go back and erase some of these guidelines. Now with our clean drawing, we're going to move to the tip of our pencil and start adding some details and refining the shape. Let's start by tracing out the inside of the eye. Starting from the top, we're going to work our way around the left side. And just smoothing out that circle as we go around. Now let's do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to trace the outside of that circle. And then with the side edge of our pencil, we're going to add a curve along the center of each eye. Let's add a light shade along the top. And then we'll darken up the bottom, going up towards that line in the center. And then we'll go back and blend this out. I'm also going to cast a dark shadow along the top edge. I'm just going to shade in the outside of the eye, and then just fade this out as you come in towards the center. We'll do the same thing along the inside, just darkening this up, and then just fading that out. Now we're just going to rough up the edge of the cloth going across the forehead, using the side edge of our pencil, and then adding a little bit of detail going across. Let's add a second level of detail underneath. And then just tearing up the edge of the fabric. Now from here we're going to move down and start detailing out the front of the mask. Starting with the inside edge of that opening. And I'll just add a thick edge along the outside. Now from here we're just going to add these little folds coming from the inside and just working our way out with a curve. So we're just fading these out as they come down and out, and then doing the same thing over on the right. And then adding those folds in the center, going up with a curve, and then pulling them down. Now let's darken up the center. And we're using the side edge of our pencil to enhance the shadows across those folds. We're just adding a shadow across the top of the straps from the eyes. And then we're just going to rough up the edge of the cloth. We're going to way up towards the top. And also adding a little bit more shape across the bottom. And again, just tearing up the bottom edge of the mask. Adding a light shade going in one direction. And then we'll go in the opposite direction to create a crosshatch pattern. And we're just breaking up the smooth edge of the head. Just adding some folds along the way. Now I'm going to add an even shade across the head, going down at an angle. And then we'll go back over in the opposite direction. And place those spikes along the top of the head, just refining the shape, and then adding some shading and reflection. Now to give this centerpiece some roundness, we're going to add a shadow across the bottom. And then just fade that out as it comes towards the center. And a little bit of darkness along the outside. I'm just going to go back and just rough up the bottom edge of the cloth. And as we get closer to the end of our drawing, we'll tighten up our shadows and add a little bit more detail. And that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of a Tusken Raider. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. You can also drop your request in the comments below. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.